Hello, welcome to my craft room with Rhoda. Today we're working on Caroline's Craft Trees Challenge Week 34. And we have time card, rusty, quote, form, and mermaid. Let me tell you, that mermaid kind of stumped me. But I finally came up with something because I'm on the track of Halloween right now. And I figured a little something out for that. Okay, here is our sneaky peek of the day. And it is a little bit of stenciling I did on this side with the Harlequin stencil. I love that one. I love to read Harlequins. As I was growing up, you know, the little love stories. My friend's mom, she had them in droves. And she had the real old ones where a kiss was about as all they would do. Anyhow, this is sort of a fairy tale kind of a page. I have a ribbon tie here. That's the only trifling part of this where I tied it. I wasn't sure how else to get it together. Well, while I'm untying this, I want to thank everybody for coming to visit and see what's going on today. And then I have this little charm, a little heart charm that holds them together. And then you open it. This was something, of course, from scrapbooking with me. Everything I did way back when came from them. So it was sort of like a Z card, I think she called it. It was like a Z fold. So anyhow, the first part, okay, here's the swan outside of the beautiful window. And I have a vine climbing up. I have this pretty brick background. And this is supposed to be the water down here below. And this pulls out. There's Cinderella. She's getting ready to go to the ball. This is just a little piece you could write on if you wanted to. So, yeah, she found out she gets to go to the ball. So she's down here dancing and she's happy. And then here we have the clock. She's the queen of the evening. You have your shoe over here, which the shoe is sort of clear, so I'll put it on a piece of vellum. I wanted you to be able to see it. Plus, it's got sparklies. And this background fabric or paper has like a little design on it that's kind of sparkly too. It's like a little flower. So there's her shoe. She loses it because the clock has struck 12 and she's got to get out of there. And then the king or prince, he finally finds her. And all the fairy tales, that's what I put down here. I had these little stickers that had all these different things on it. But this is what I'm calling an over the pocket tag. That's what I kind of came up with. Because it actually goes down in the pocket, but the wheels stay up on the outer side so you can see the whole scene. I came up with that a long time ago. I do it now and then on things. Oh, what is this? This is, you've got the castle in the background that they're headed to. And this was some kind of fairy tale paper my friend gave me. So it's got like fetch your ball. I don't know. It was supposed to be something to do with fairy tales. So that was all she wrote. I didn't have anything on the back side. But I thought that was kind of cute. Oh, here's what it was called. It's a belly band accordion pocket. That's what she called it back in March 28th of 2021. It was the March challenge number 4. Whatever that is. Okay. We're going to put this to the side. I'm not going to try to tie that thing back together right yet. Alright, so today we're working on my challenge for Caroline's Craft Tree. And I'm trying to come up with it. I got most of the idea. That darn mermaid. Oh, blew my mind because I couldn't quite figure out how to make a mermaid into anything. So I have the time card right here. I think that's what this is. Yeah, it went that way. So I'm actually going to use the back side so I don't have, you can still write on that. So it'll be like a journaling card. And these things are how tall? It's about 9 inches tall. So what I think I might do is cut off this top part here, right under name. Let's do that. Okay, it's 7 3/4 now. I got name still up here, and I cut off the bottom where I had Office Depot. I didn't need that. All right, we're going to use this stencil, which is what? Bricked. Bricked. do that though. All right. I saw an idea on Instagram. One of the people that works for Tim doing his goodies for him, she come up with something. I think I'm going to have like green. I'm using all these different oxides, and this is the only ink I've got. But what we're going to do is we're going to get on here, and we're going to do like a background. And I don't know if I could get this thing wet. That's the only problem. I don't know what it would do, the time card. So we're just going to put us some color down with this. And remember, this is ink, so it doesn't do as well as an oxide. Oxides are creamier, so they'll smooth around better. Okay, I'm just wanting a little bit up here at the top, because this is where my, it's going to be like a bubble, a thought bubble, if you want to call it that. Oh, so I'm going to try to make me a little witch lady, and she's going to have a thought bubble, which is maybe like a magic bubble. I don't know. But we needed another type of little color on here. So there we go. It's it's getting there. You don't want to load too much, especially when it's an ink. Doesn't like to cooperate. All right, so that's good for that. Next color. We're going to use a green, I believe. I'll put a little bit of this moss, forest moss green, kind of around the outside edge, just a little bit, maybe like down in here. Oh, yeah, look at that color. See, the oxides are so much smoother and go on so much easier. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. Have it go up to that bubble area. There. See, I didn't have to fight with that one too bad. Alright, so that one's done. I'm probably wiggling this thing. Oh, I'm still waiting for Tommy. Tommy. I'm wiggling. She was going to send me one of her arms. Not her actual arm. That would be Halloween, wouldn't it? But no, she's got a filming arm. And I really appreciate her offering to send me one, because I've been dealing with this Swiffer sweeper and the curtain rod here for ages. All right, so we're putting us the lighter orange down here. Let's see how this does. This one is Crackling Campfire, and it's very apt because that's basically what is going to be down in this area, a campfire. So now the last color we wanted to do now is it's a fire brick, and that's where the brick comes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to try to give the impression of a brick wall in the background. I mean, I was still kind of roughhousing this thing in my head, and I just could not figure out what I wanted to come up with. So I think this is about as good as I can come up with at the moment. Alright, I don't want to cover all my green, but I want to give it the impression that it's a brick wall back there. I don't think that teal and the brick goes together very well. Alright, my little girl, she's kind of on the tall side, so alright. How does that look? Oh yeah. Now what we're going to do, we're not going to leave it at that. That's just, nah. I got to put me some ground espresso. Got to put my baby in here. I love my ground espresso. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to age up this brick just a tad. Now where was I? I think that was it. Can't leave it pretty. It's got to have some age to it. So yeah, I'm going to put a little smattering of it around, and maybe a little bit up this way. Alright, that might be good. Yep, that gave it a little more flavor. Oh, we always have to give it some flavor. All right. Let me see. I don't know what else I was going to do. Let's see. Let me leave that on there for now. I'm probably going to do the outside edges with that. Now, I want to see, I've got some white pigment ink here. Ranger white pigment ink. And I'm going to use one of these corners. I guess it'll be like that. And I'm going to use one of these corners. And I'm going to see if I can make... Oh, sorry. I left the white on there. Or the covering. You can't see it, but it's there. But I don't know. It's kind of on the older side. It might have dried up on me. But you put it on here like this. And I'm trying to make it look like it's a fade in. Oh, it's not doing too well, is it? No surprise there. And I gotta watch that I don't pull that color back. Let me see if I can rub it. I got a little more when I rubbed it. I guess this is the same as like maybe putting gesso on here. It may have been easier to do that. What I'm going to do is do a little stamping up here to make it look like a bubble. It's also supposed to look like smoke because my cauldron, let me go down a little further. My cauldron is down this way. So it's supposed to be a little bit of smoke coming off of it. I don't think I can hurt this white because it's so old. I probably need to get me a new one. All right. There. I'm kind of good with that. All right. That's done. Now we're going to, like I said, we're going to do the edge of our piece with our ground espresso. Do I want that or do I want gathered twigs? I'll tell you what, let's go gathered twigs because it's a warmer color. And I could use vintage photo, but I'm more of a gathered twigs person anymore. You'll get to where you have certain colors that you like. All right, see, we're going to finish framing our piece, basically, is what we're doing here. So we'll go around the outside edge real good with all my warm color here, kind of framing it out. I know I lost a good bit of that green, but it's still there. It gives you something to look at. It's called layering. That's what I'm always trying to learn myself, layering. Okay, and I'm wondering about going in here and giving like a little bump now and then. You know, like it's kind of smoky. Oh yeah, that turned out good. Let me get this corner up here a little rounder. Yeah. All right, let me come in over here maybe with a little more smoke. And maybe right in here. Oop, got a little bit more there than I wanted to, so let's kind of smear it out. Yeah. And, yeah, give our brick wall a little bit more age here. Okay, I kind of like that. You know, you got to set the scene. All right, now this person did some flicking. Or she flicked it, and I think I want to do that. Okay, I got my fan brush, which I usually see them use. I've got my black soot, and I've got my water bottle. Though first, I think I want to spray this with burning ember. Okay, here's my burning ember mica stain, and I want to spray it on here. I think it'll be really pretty. I think I'm going to put this down because I still want to work on this piece. So I don't want to spray this whole thing. Okay. And you're supposed to shake it really, really good. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm going to give a... Ooh, well, yeah. I don't know if I need more than that one spray. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't want to cover it. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a sparkle. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to probably dab it. If I can keep a hold of this paper towel. Good grief. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab it like that and get that excess off of it. That's about where my cauldron's going to be anyway, so anyhow. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make us a little black slurry to do our splatters with. Ooh, that's black. Okay. I've got burning ember. There we go. I mostly want it down here because this is like the spooky part. I don't know how those people do this. I need a little bit more of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want it up here as much as I want it down here. So let me see if I can cover that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can go to town now. I'm not a splatter. I don't usually do this, but for this, I know I needed it. I knew I needed something to give it more of this grungy look, I guess you want to call it. Okay, good. Put you on hold and I'm going to clean this up. Okay, I'm not happy, so I'm going to keep going around here with some more of this black ink. Just this lower area. The upper area can stay the way it is. Yeah. And you can pull in a little bit to give yourself a little bit more texture off the sides. Yeah. There. Can you see? Do you see what I did? So it was darker and gloomier down here because this is where the cauldron and the witch is going to be. Okay. We're going to figure out where I want to put that. Alright, so now I had this I got the other day, paper stash, and it's abandoned. And I found this piece in there. It's got the orangey, it's got the black, and one of the words is rusty. And I'm hoping that this will kind of give me the rusty look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and I'm going to just kind of free form it to make it look like a cauldron. Usually they're like a round kind of a shape. Mine's kind of on the larger side. Yeah, he's a little too large. So let me cut it down just a tad. And I like these orange areas that came up because I thought it looked like it was part of the flames coming up. Alright, now I'm going to roughly cut this out and we'll see what we got. I mean, if you can find a cauldron somewhere, by all means, buy one or get a, I guess you can get a die cut. Alright, I'm going to just cut it like that. And where's the rest of my pencil? There it is. Okay. Alright. That's an awful big cauldron, isn't it? Alright, I like that side. Well, that side's got some warmth too. Alright. Let's see. Let me tweedle with this and I'll be back. Okay, this is what I come up with. I've got, and I took my X-Acto knife and I cut a little smiley face in it. See? So anyhow, he's going to sit down here And then I've got this that I was spraying the other day. It's just book page, and I was using some of the specimen mica spray and something else on it. Well, I'm going to cut me a couple circles out of it, and you'll see why in a second. I'm just trying to get them with all the great speckles. Oops, I don't know if that one wanted to come out or not. I think it's still up in there. Whoops. Alright, well, we'll fix that later. I've had that thing for ages. Okay, and then we want a big one. We'll take this one over here. I think his book page is just too thin for these things to like. Okay, that's all we needed. So next, we're going to, don't need to, but I'm going to trim that edge off. Now, in our cauldron, we want to take and put our bubbles in here. I don't know, that bubble might be too big. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. That one ought to be on top. Okay, so where's my glue? Check out that backside. Okay, we're going to put our glue right back here just to hold it. Is that where it was? Yeah, okay. Then this one needs to go down on the other side. She is brewing her up a potion. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good enough. A little bit glue back there. Yeah, that's good enough. You got the idea. Probably if I'd used more of the little one, that would have worked. Okay. We want to start setting our scene. We have this down here. We have the old rusty cauldron sitting there. I'm probably going to put me a good bit of black behind it, just to make a shadow, you know, where it's sitting. Yep, see that better. It wasn't floating anymore, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now we're going to put the cauldron down. He can be in the background. I'm not going to totally glue the bottom down yet because I got some sticks to go under it. Okay, like that. And I'm pushing it over because I'm going to let it hang off because I can trim it. Okay, we got one stick, that's her wand, and the other sticks are for our fire. Come on. They're going to kind of go up under there. Some of them we ain't going to need as big as they are, so we can cut them down. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue on there. Tuck our fire branches under there. And some of them we can leave out for the front. What you could do is just tuck them under there and then come back later and do some of your excess gluing to make them go all the way down. And then we're going to have another branch here. Oops. Yeah. Trying to make them go, you know, different ways. I'll cut that one off right there. Oop. Well, not cooperating. Get under there. There. Alright, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. And we need 1 or 2 on top. Okay, we're coming down to the wire on this, and what we want to do, I picked out this warning may be habit forming from the Ephemera pack Halloween, and it's TH94-261. It has so many great things in it I'm going to be using. I'm still pulling stuff out of it. Okay, and then we have our MERMAID Marine Life, and what it was is one of these prompt words is mermaid. Ugh. So I'm taking my little lady that Andrea Burke sent me. It's my last one, but she's the only thing that looks like I can make her into a mermaid. And you'll see how I'm going to do that in a minute, but we're going to put all of this down first. First, we're going to do the habit forming. I don't know what to use for a form for this. That's one of the other prompts. So I'm using this. That's all I could think of. She said you can substitute, so I'm substituting. All right, so Our Lady is, oh gosh, standing on that, and then I need the quote, and I'm going to put the quote just behind her head. All right, let me get that down first. I may smear a little ink on it because it's looking too clean. Can you see it? It's too clean. All right. So it's going to be tucked right there, so I can still see who it is. Yeah. There we go. That's down. This is black, so we'll smear a little black on it. Yeah, just so it's not all one color. All right, so I don't think I need the side of her dress because that's going to get trimmed off. So we're going to do her down through this. We do need to do her wand. This is her, what do they call that kind of willow? No. What is that? It's not elm. Like I'm shaking. I can't do this. My hands shake. Alright, I'm going to dot it. As good as I can do it. Willow? Is it willow? I wouldn't make a witch. I don't know anything. Okay. There we go. We got her wand up. She's casting her spell. I probably could have put that in her hand a little better, but that's alright. You got the drift. There. Okay, now we have to decapitate. Well, it's not decapitate because I'm going to take and go down in her dress a little bit. Okay. We don't need feet or legs. So we're going to do that to this poor little beautiful lady. All right. So what we need to do is I've got a gray here. She's swimming like this, and her tail, her tail's going to be down. I made her body longer than I meant for it to be. I'm going to have to trim that off. All right, let's see. Yeah, that might work. And then yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Okay, let's get that down. Yeah, the whole idea behind this is the quote is what gave me the idea. I think people like to know what made me go in the direction that I do on a lot of my stuff. So what it was is the quote, "It is never too late to be what you might have been," by George Eliot. So my idea was this little witch would rather be a mermaid. So she's wishing and casting a spell to become a mermaid. The closest I had to a mermaid was this goldfish. You see? But what we're going to do, I'm going to use this pumice stone. I think it's like a lighter shade. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the pumice stone on him, and then I'm going to wipe off his fins on either side. And I wanted it sort of a light gray, like a ghosty gray. Like it's forming. It's like a thought that's forming. And she's kind of a ghosty gray too. So that's where this was coming from with this choice of ink. Instead of doing like a black. Oh, I can't get that on there. Alright. I'm going to rub that off there. And rub that off there. Okay, now let's see what we can do. I don't want it to be up like that. I want it to be about right like there. And it can go through the wording. Oh, Caroline, I hope this is it's going to be okay for your challenge. And I've been dreaming about getting a Misty. Because it would have came in handy here where I might have to go and do a second coating. Oh, no, I don't think so. But it did get his side wings. Well, crap. That's all right. I can live with that. I can live with that. All right. Do I want anything else on here? I don't think so. We're just going to go ahead and trim. I really like how that background turned out. I need to do more backgrounds. I just don't experiment like I used to. Well, all right. There is our Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge this week. It's week 34. We have time card, which this is. Rusty, I thought looked like the edge of the thing here. Like it looks like it's a rusty pot. And it's kind of like the glow of the flames, too. I kind of went both ways. We have our quote. We have our form, which, forming. I didn't even see that. Oh, my gosh. And then we got mermaid. And, you know, I might just go back over that mermaid in black. I just don't know. Yeah. Well, you might see that in the thumbnail. Oh, I have a couple things to show you. If you don't follow me on Instagram or on my Rhoda's Junk page, I did these the other day. This was another challenge for this week. It's Miss Paints-A-Lot's page. But her 4 was like squares or rectangles, book page, butterfly, and flowers. So I made these tombstones out of these large index cards that I had stained with coffee dye. So anyhow, the rectangles are here. I made it like it was a sunken in tombstone, or it was like I wanted dimension. I also love this where I did the call it the brads. That's it, brads. Okay, the flowers here, and the book page is this butterfly. And he's what I sprayed and showed you just a little bit ago that I cut the bubbles out of. Oh, which was another thing. The bubbles. I wasn't quite crazy about the bubbles not standing out as much, so I've got this photo twin marker in Skywater Blue. So I'm going to put a shadow over here on this side of the bubble. Maybe I should have done it in red. I don't know. But I just wanted these bubbles to stand out a little better against each other. If you can see. Yeah, I think that turned out better. And then you can always put like the, whatever you call that, like the glow against there. All right, let me get over here and see if I can stamp this. Okay, and I forgot my witch's hat. So I had to get her witch's hat and put on her from this sticker book. Okay, anyhow, thank you for coming to visit and seeing how everything turned out. And I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.